I've What is up, everybody? It's iCkEdMeL. Welcome. Good evening. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. And just popping in because Diggs had sent me this story the other day, and I really wasn't going to come on tonight, but I figured we can come on for a little bit. There's a full body cam. There was this guy that in Illinois was apparently he was like hallucinating from alcohol withdrawal. I think I read. He's 35 years old, Earl Moore. And I haven't watched the body cam. I figured we could watch it together, but like I heard the way they treated this guy was like despicable, like horrible, horrible, horrible. Pamela. So we're gonna check this out. I think, and the people that are charged, I'll pull up a picture. Give it a minute for people to join. Okay. Bit of a mess. I was kind of taking a day for myself for the most part. I might be around this weekend. I don't know. I might actually not have the baby this weekend for like a day. Wow, amazing. So I don't know. We'll see. Diggs, thank you. Diggs says, no, I didn't watch the cam. I wanted to watch it with you guys, so I waited. Unlike, no, I'm just kidding. But she says, she is verbally demeaning and degrading him the whole time. When I first read Hallucinating, I thought that like, maybe he was tripping. So I was like, damn, I felt so bad. Not that it's not bad. I feel bad for him still. I mean, I haven't watched it yet. But like I can relate with the tripping stuff, but apparently he was, maybe that's like tripping. I don't know what it's like. Alcohol withdrawal. Kelsey, thank you so much. Mel, is this your color? You look amazing. Oh, this is your color. You look amazing. I actually have an LED lamp in front of me. Not a lamp. I got another mic thing. See if I can show you guys. I could probably take a picture. I'm just taking a picture. Looks all blurry. Looking all messy too. Let me try to clean that shit up. It's just all dusty. So I got like this thing over here. Let me just show you the people that watch all the time. So there's like light coming from the back as well because of the new mic. I don't really care for the LED, but it just came with it. But I hope you guys are doing good, man. Just popping in, saying hi, go over a little story. These are the article says EMTs. That's what it says. So Peggy, Finley, and Peter Cadigan, they were charged for the death of Illinois man on December 18, 2022. And I read somewhere, so let me see. I read an article that said that the coroner, so get this, right? Because maybe you're wondering, like, well, what's the cause of death or whatever. Apparently, like, the coroner, oh, shit. Apparently, the coroner said that the reason he died was due to the treatment of these people. Let me double check that before I get canceled. So the call was for suffering from hallucinations due to alcohol withdrawal. They said a bunch of berating stuff. Damn, they're being held on bond. $1 million bonds. Ooh, is that Ben Crump on it? Ben Crump on the case. You already know. Okay. I saw it somewhere. I'll find it so I can show you guys after. But these are the people. Let me show you the person that's deceased now. Earl Moore. It's a picture of him there. Or sorry, Eric Moore said Earl. Wait, ABC said it Eric or Earl? So ABC says Earl. Maybe this article is wrong. ABC says it's Earl Moore. Let's see, Earl Moore. Yes. Everywhere else says Earl Moore. Over here it says Eric, so I guess they made a mistake on their end. Okay. But I just wanted to see. I should even double verify. I mean, hopefully that's actually the wrong person. I mean, the right person. They got the name wrong. That is him. Okay. So this article, Newsbreak, whoever did this article spelled the name wrong. It's Earl. Let me show you another site. So this case might be a big deal. Like as far as like, see the attorneys getting involved. Ben Crump. Thank you, Kelsey. Appreciate that. Hey, Brett. So this is the guy here. So let's take a look at the body cam first before, I really say anything or give too many commentary. It's about 20 minutes, 23 minutes long. And again, or not really again, I'm just saying it now. Graphic warning, viewer discretion is advised. So just a heads up. Yeah, that's what I heard. So supposedly he died due to them putting him prone on the stretcher, strapped down. That's what I had heard too. I was kind of blown away. I don't know why the hell they would put somebody like that in a gurney or a stretcher. But yeah, let's take a look. Okay, just checking. What's he drinking over here? The hell kind of concoction is that? Kelsey, thank you so much. Says the blue shirt is your color, brings your eyes out and compliments you. That's what I meant. Oh, I got you. I'm over here like looking at the lights and stuff. Thank you, Kelsey. Appreciate that. Right now, there we go. We got audio.
3798 call history is going to be with Earl Moore. His name he gave, no addresses.
Yeah, Earl Moore.
Bio for call history.
And I've never seen anybody withdrawing from alcohol before, so I'm kind of curious. I heard that it could be really bad. I don't know if I've ever watched like those documentaries.
Dispatch has been updated.
Lincoln 843.
Why are you swinging?
Good. 3305 Cache River Road. 3305 Cache River Road. Caller Irene advised someone was knocking on her door and outside the vehicle. Now in front of her residence with a dark colored vehicle. That's on 17. Around.
There's no way to this guy. Hallucinating, he's having alcohol withdrawals. I don't want this problem here. I just moved into this house Like I don't need this.
Okay.
My landlord lives across the street. He's having drunk hallucinations. He called you guys for no reason.
Do you want us to talk to him?
He's seeing stuff.
So right off the rip, they know that he's, well, maybe they didn't take the hallucinations serious. I'll try not to pause too much. I know you guys want to watch. Maybe they don't understand. Maybe they just thought he was drunk. He's seeing shit, but they didn't understand he's withdrawing.
There's no way to this guy. Hallucinating. He's having alcohol withdrawals.
Oh, she says it.
There's problems here. I just moved into this house. Like I don't need this.
Okay.
My landlord lives across the street. He's having drunk hallucinations. He called you guys for no reason.
Do you want us to talk to him?
He's seeing stuff that's not there.
Do you think he needs an ambulance?
Every time I take him to the hospital, all they do is release him. That's all they do. They're here now, ma'am. It's fine.
No, after 10:16 or 32.
Is he just drunk or is he?
He's having alcohol withdrawal hallucinations. He was a severe alcoholic. He hasn't had alcohol in 4 days. He's going through hallucinations
Wow.
from withdrawal.
He's not being violent or anything?
No, he's just seeing stuff that's not there and hearing voices in his head.
Okay. So,
Like, if you guys want to take him in for an evaluation, you're more than welcome to.
do you think it's necessary? Do you think he just needs to?
I think he needs help, yes.
I mean, I guess maybe they're trying to assess the situation and get as much information from her, but like, all right, bro, like, how about
Because he's
take care of the guy?
seeing stuff that's not there to the point where he's then called 911 saying there's guns.
Well, if you want us to come in and talk to him, we.
Oh, he's inside the same place. Oh, okay, I got you. Oh, that's rough. That is rough. She's living there. Ooh, I thought she said across the street or something.
Oh. Way back.
What's his name?
Earl.
Earl. It's the police. You called us, my man? You need some help?
Wait.
Huh? You need an ambulance?
North 28th, 2nd Street. 48.
What?
248, North 8th Street. 24.
Ambulance.
Someone get the phone.
What's happening, my man?
Do you know where you're at right now, man?
Home.
Where's home?
The premise of one of the 410
You know where home is?
North 25th. Stay here with me.
We're here, buddy.
Stay here, but you're not on North 25th.
You know who the president is? You know what year it is, bud? Yeah.
Let's start with
Okay.
this. Do you know what your name is? Can you give us that?
Earl Tony. Earl Moore.
Earl, what's your last name? What's going on with you, my man? Well, we're gonna have an ambulance come check you out, my man. Make sure you're okay. Looks like you're having some kind of problem. Very peaceful music.
Hey, Earl, who's that female out there?
Yeah.
Who is she to you? Family? Well, she's worried about you, my man. She said you've been struggling a little bit.
Sorry.
You've been trying to get off the booze a little bit. And that shit ain't easy, cold turkey, man. It's messing you up real bad right now.
Get his name from her. Earl.
Man, that shit is really bad.
How long you been feeling like this, my man?
remember why you called the police?
Wonder if they were checking for alcohol or something. What did you check the fridge for?
It's about the most peaceful music you can have. What's up, bud?
Yeah, he's one.
Yeah.
That's the first. I was thinking that in my head because I saw somebody say like help him out. I would have thought, you know, offer some water or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure there's no protocol like that you can't whatever, but maybe they're just being cautious or I don't know. But just me in the trip mindset, you know, or somebody that's you would think is, even though he's hallucinating from withdrawal. And by the way, for all the new people that join, this is a Earl Moore, 35 years old, and he called for alcohol withdrawal. I guess he was living with somebody. He's the landlord, and the EMTs that come end up getting charged for murder. So I haven't watched this body cam yet. It's 2 of them, and so that's kind of what's going on.
Some water. Hey, can you get some water? He's sweating like crazy, and he's
going through alcohol withdrawal.
How long does he drink?
He's very heavy. He goes through probably like 3 or 4 fists a day plus beer, and he's trying to go sober. He hasn't had alcohol in 3 days, so since he ain't had alcohol in 3 days, he hasn't slept in 3 days. And this is what he goes through. It's psychosis from alcohol withdrawals. He hallucinates.
I would imagine if he was that heavy of a drinker.
Yeah.
You want to take it to him, or you want to take it?
He's overeating.
Well, there's some water. Maybe just set it down, I guess. Set it down water. He actually had treatment somewhere for it.
We took him to the hospital multiple times and tried to get him held at least on a psych evaluation, and they tell me they can't hold him against his will. So they released him as soon as. We had it happen 3 times. I took him to St. John's twice. I took him to Memorial. Memorial actually kept him overnight, but then released him in the morning and said nothing's wrong with him. That they don't see any issues. I've called Gateway. Gateway didn't return my phone calls because I was trying to get him on inpatient, and Gateway,
well, their wait list is stupid. I mean, the hospitals.
And he's got insurance, so I mean, and he wants to get sober. That's the problem. It's just fighting the demons in his head when he gets sober.
Have you? I mean, I know it's easier said than done. Have you looked at any nearby places that aren't Gateway in Springfield?
They called me.
Like
Him, my
Bloomington?
husband called everywhere yesterday, trying to get a hold of something about an inpatient with him, and it's. He gets the paranoid stuff. Then he won't give his social security number out or his information over the phone because he thinks that they're stealing his information to come after him.
Yeah.
Because of the voices in his head.
Yeah.
It's a very, very hard situation.
Yeah, and if he doesn't get treatment, it's just going to get worse.
I know.
And it's not necessarily something that, is... I mean, obviously...
I was wondering, so can you wean yourself off of that? Or no, you have to go get treatment? Like, let's say... Yeah, because they were saying he takes how much? Aaron says 3 or 4 750 ml bottles a day. That's a whole lot. Is that something you can wean yourself off? Let's say he's taking 3, or let's say he's doing 4 bottles a day. Can you each day a quarter less, or maybe a half bottle less, or it doesn't work like that. I don't know.
So the alcohol's doing it.
Yep.
So he doesn't necessarily need, I mean, maybe drugs, I don't know, but he needs
The only thing he does is smoke weed. That's the terrible part. That's all he does is smoke weed, and he ain't been doing that since he ain't had alcohol.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought maybe that would help.
I did too.
He just doesn't have a desire to
What?
smoke when he's not.
He acts completely different. He's a
Oh.
completely different person when he's sober. Like when he drinks, he's talkative. He's a happy person. When he's sober, this is what it is.
But the crappy thing is like he's still that person.
Yeah.
He just has to get over that hump.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep. And they said the withdrawals, it could take days, months, weeks. It just depends on him.
and it's so much easier just to be like, you know what, I'm tired of this. I'll just go to. It stinks. I mean, because we deal with people all the time who are like,
Yeah.
they are a pain
Yeah.
when they're drinking. When they're sober, they're completely different.
Yep.
But that only lasts a day or two, and then it's. Like I said, I know you guys are doing everything you can. I just know everybody I've talked to for Gateway. Like, the list is so long around here. Everybody wants to come to the Capitol with all their problems, and they're.
And it's hard. It's hard because we've been fighting this for months. Like his mom and them thought he was on drugs, and we told him like we're around him 24 hours a day. He's not doing anything. Like we've noticed that the only time he gets like this is when he hasn't had alcohol.
And
I know it can be
he's
done
trying.
because I used to be a heavy drinker, and I'm like going on like almost 7 years sober. I smoke weed. I don't drink.
Yeah.
I don't even have the occasional drink. The smell of it makes me sick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the problem is with the hospitals, like, you know how many people we have in town who are homeless or whatever, who are just, they're not right upstairs.
Yeah.
But we can't force them to stay at the hospital. The hospital can't force them there unless, as in circumstances for whatever, but I just say keep trying.
Yeah.
See if somewhere in Bloomington or Champaign,
Something he needs to help.
even if they can check him in to get it, like, maybe getting away from here, getting...
Yeah, I was trying to explain to the lady on the phone, like, I promise there's no weapons here, there's nobody threatening anybody with a gun.
Yeah.
I keep telling him to fight the voices in his head, they're not there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they pick up on everything, so then you telling him, like, to chill out.
Oh, he came in and unplugged the whole TV earlier and carried the whole TV off and said that someone's listening in through on the TV and they're talking back to him. And I'm like, it's the TV talking because I'm watching a movie. Like,
And the scary thing is like, this could be temporary, but it could also be permanent. And
I think he's going through like the hard stage now with sweats and.
oh yeah, you can obviously see it. I mean, ambulance can come and try and take him in there, but I mean, obviously his pulse is going to be high and everything else, heart rate, but I don't know, maybe how long is the longest he's made it without?
Last time he couldn't get through this. He got tired. He couldn't keep going through this, so it was like 4 days, and he started drinking again. Right now we're on day 3. He's a manager, you know. Like he's got a good. He's good brain. He's smart. He's just alcohol tears him up.
Yeah, you just gotta get over these two. Because I'm sure, like, day 5, day 6, like, you know, it goes to that peak, and then it slowly starts getting.
Out of your body and you just get it out of your system.
Yeah. And you don't need it to make you happy anymore. You don't need it. Like,
And that was the problem for the longest. He had started drinking because he lived by himself for so long, and nobody was coming in and visit him. You know, he had nobody. He was by himself every day. Nobody to talk to.
yeah.
My husband moved in with him and trying, you know, thinking that having people around would help.
Yeah. No water? Didn't get any. Okay.
This is Earl. I haven't been able to get much out of him.
This is day 3.
So I guess this is the lady here. Let me take a look at her. I think that's her. It looks like her. That's right there.
That's got a lot of knives.
He was up on his bed and he just rolled off onto the floor after he's been slowly stripping off of his clothes. What was his last name?
Moore. He's 35, was born in March, but we don't have an exact birthday.
Earl.
When's your birthday, man?
Hey. What's your birthday?
She's like 90.
Hey!
This is about all we've been able to get.
Earl, sit
Day
up.
3, getting playing off the booze.
Sit up.
Oh, wow.
You know what? I am not playing.
Come on, Earl. Let's
Yeah.
go, man.
Quit acting stupid.
Stop!
Sit up.
Oh, shit.
Sit up. Now. I am not playing with you tonight. Sit up.
What in the hell? It's like she's talking to a child or something.
What is your birthday?
March 22nd.
March 22nd.
What year?
87.
Earl, you want to go to the hospital, man? We need to get up.
You're gonna have to walk because we ain't carrying you.
So let's get up on your feet.
Because I am seriously not in the mood for this dumb shit.
You can walk. Come on. Let's stand up.
I'll get you a coat, Earl.
I know you can do it. I've seen you do it.
I said, no!
Stand up. Use your legs.
Come on, Earl. We'll get you some help, bud.
Just take the coat with him.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put it on.
I got your coat. Come on.
Some wet bullets.
Wait.
Nope,
Oh,
we're not
yeah.
doing that.
Only way we're gonna get you is if we walk through the house.
Come on, Earl.
You're not dead weight.
Maybe we are.
All right.
No, we're just being lazy. Get up. Or you can stay here.
If you want to go to the hospital, man, you got to help us out a little bit.
Earl, are you gonna go or are you gonna stay, bud?
If you're gonna go, you need to get up and walk.
What's up? What's up, buddy? You wanna go? Alright.
Then get up.
Come on.
What
As you
the?
call them, you obviously know you need the help. You need to get up.
You got to use your legs, man. You can't just go dead weight on us.
You gotta get up. You called them. Obviously, you need the help. Get up and go to the hospital.
We'll give you the help, bud.
You need the help. What hospital you wanna go to? St. John's.
Come on, let's go. Help me up. Let's go. Come on. Help yourself. All right.
1, 2.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Come on, buddy.
Keep it moving.
All right, we're moving. We're moving. Let's keep going.
One foot in front of the other.
Come on, buddy. We got you.
We'll hold you up, but you gotta walk.
They can't bring the thing inside?
We
You
got you.
called them. You need the help.
All right, watch the door. I got you.
Attaboy.
There you go. We're almost there.
Oh my god.
Man, you gotta
Ridiculous,
help
dude.
us out a little bit. We ain't never gonna get out of this house.
Everything looks.
Guys, you gotta get up and go. You need the help. Don't dead weight them. You called. You need the help.
Let's go. Come on.
1, 2, 3. Come on, Earl. Let's go, buddy. All right, there we go. We got you. Come on. Right here to your left.
Oh my god.
You freaking kidding me, man? I know you can walk. All you gotta do is get outside. There are cops
Girls, stop
outside.
bullshitting. You called them. Get up and go to the hospital.
Come on.
You can walk. Get up.
We're gonna leave you here, buddy. We don't want to do that, but we can't carry you all the way.
Earl, get up. You called him. You need to go.
Damn, she put on chapstick too. She's like completely not phased. I mean, I know, I'm sure in this field you like at some point maybe get desensitized and stuff, but this is just cold. And then I don't know if they're just thinking like they're just treating him as like if he's drunk or something. I think when anything involves any kind of like, which he's having alcohol withdrawal. Like he quit for the last, I think they said 4 days, but they're treating him like somebody that's high. They probably treat a lot of people like this in general that have any kind of substance issue and are struggling or whatever. They probably just like thinking like, oh, this is not even worth it. They're wasting my time kind of thing. And they're thinking it's probably not as serious as it is.
Go to the hospital. The ambulance is outside waiting for you. Get up.
All you gotta do is walk out that front door. Yeah, it's right outside. Wait.
That's crazy.
Earl, get up.
Is it right outside the door?
Earl, get up.
Yeah, but all he has to do is walk out
Get
there.
up. Come on, you wanted to help? Come on, get up.
Hey, this is a grown-ass man. You can't lift him up?
All right, we got another 10 feet.
I mean,
10 feet, my man.
That weight is tough.
Come on. And come on this side. We got 10 feet. We're going to go right to the door, and then you can lay down. All right? Yeah, don't do that. All right, there you go. We're doing one swing, though. We're not going to take any more breaks.
How much further to go?
All right, we got you. Ready? We're doing it.
They got the coat.
We're doing it. Right here. Cot's right there. Right there. Keep going, buddy. Push.
Keep going.
Damn, man. Was he just holding his pants?
Right there. I know it's cold. I know it's cold. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, negative.
God, yeah.
buddy.
This is.
Now get up on there, man.
They could have brought that in there, right?
Come on, get up on there, old bud. They can't get you there if you don't get on the cot.
Get up on there, Earl. Get on the hill. Get up there.
Or spin them around. I'm gonna spin them on. Stand up. Stand up. All right, Earl, this is getting a little silly, man. There you go.
No way. Wow. Did you see that too? Yo, I swear, like this guy, like threw his head down, like forcibly. Saw that? And I can't believe they're laying this guy down like that. That's watch. Look.
There we go.
Wait, is that his head or I don't know what? Yeah. I don't know. To me, it looked like they kind of like pushed him down, type of thing. What?
All right, we'll get him to the hospital. They'll get him to the hospital.
All right.
No way. So he's face down. And wow. Jesus.
Saints, apparently. Thanks. Oh, I'm gonna wait till he gets in there. He gets in there. I'll find his way to dead weight off of that thing.
Oh, he's strapped him in good and tight. He ain't going nowhere.
You got hand sanitizer. Yeah, I got a whole mess of it.
Yeah.
Why didn't you put it on your glove? Put it back out of the car.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. I'm trying to see because it looks like there might have been a little pressure. Let me see if I can find
My
that.
parents can always check.
That is that's damn, dude. I mean, you know, then the family and friends that have to see that after too. Let's see.
Breaking news.
I want to find this.
Breaking.
Let's see if I can find this. Give me a second. My computer's been acting a little slow lately. And there's only like a small Ben Crump. There's not really. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I got it.
Whether it's a mod, Aubrey.
Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I found it. I think they're talking about. Yeah. All right, so let's see what they had to say here. And let me just, before I even start this, because this is 37 minutes long. Wow. Let me just go over the article here. So both Peter Cadigan and Peggy Finley are accused of strapping Earl Moore face down on a gurney in December. The 35-year-old died 1 hour later. The Moore's family is suing Cadigan and Finley and their employer Lifestar for wrongful death. Earl's mother, sisters, and niece were there as lawyers laid out their accusations against the Cadigan and Finley. So I think that's what we're going to watch right here. The lawsuit was filed this morning as the two made their first court appearance since being charged with murder. Okay, justice for Earl. Okay. The lawsuit is asking for $50,000 from Cadigan and Finley and their employer Lifestar. Okay, I would have thought they'd ask for more, but okay. So the other thing, okay. So Moore died shortly after EMS workers placed him on a stretcher in the prone position with tightened straps placed on his back and lower body. Moore died from compressional and positional asphyxia due to prone face-down restraint on a paramedic transportation cot/stretcher by tightened straps across the back, and his death was classified as a homicide, the county coroner concluded. Okay. All right, let's check out what they had to say here. Let me get you guys real quick to the super chats. Thank you guys so much for joining tonight. Just wanted to check in. I figured we kind of check out what this story's about on Friday night. Thank you, Kelsey. Brad, thank you so much for the 12-month membership. Have a good weekend, Mel. I hope you do too. Thanks. Marie P, 5-month membership. It's not withdrawal. It's encephalopathy. Toxins are building up because his liver is shutting down. Encephalopathy online description says a broad term for any brain disease that alters brain function or structure. Causes include infection, tumor, and stroke, declining ability to reason and concentrate, memory loss, personality change to seizures, so on and so forth. Maybe that's a broad term. I'm not sure. All the articles are saying withdrawal, alcohol withdrawal, but maybe that's falls into that. Thank you, Leslie P. Thank you so much for the 12-month membership. Mel, this is delirium tremens and can be fatal. Ooh. Dr. Edward Moskowitz, thank you so much for the super chat. Says a designated examiner can get him into treatment ordered by doctors. This is the reality of like healthcare, though. I don't really take care of people a lot of the times. It depends on the county insurance. I get way better care because I'm a cash person than I did when I had insurance. SW4x4, thank you so much for the super chat. Says what I'm seeing, they deserve jail time. There are all sorts of ways to move him safely. This is dereliction of duty. Retired paramedic here. Ooh. Magical Chaos, thanks for the super chat. Says they can bring it in. They can, right? That stretcher thing can be brought in. They can bring it in, but they are jerks. That's being YouTube appropriate. My nephew had a bad experience with EMTs. Wow, I'm shook. Southern gal says, did not even take vitals. That's true. In the house or anything. Yeah. All Here Love says, this is like George Floyd without the knee. All right, let's check it out.
So many presidents, whether it's Ahmaud Arbery, whether it's Laquan McDonald here in Illinois, but so many, President Haley, and it's just so tragic that now this pattern seems to be spilling over to the first responders, to the EMT. Because when you look at that video, the reason it's so shocking is because they offer Earl no consideration. I mean, from the moment they get there, I mean, it's like it's a hostile encounter. And it's not like Earl is threatening them or making them feel in fear. He is down there screaming out for help. I mean, Rose Baby was saying, help me. Wow. Help me. Help me. He called 911. He wanted help. The police understood that he was crying out for help. Mm-hmm. But these EMT workers, no consideration. They gave him no professionalism, no humanity, when they just threatened him really from the first interaction. I'm not dealing with this. I'm not going to carry him. I mean, you're a first responder. You're a healthcare professional. In your title, it denotes that you're supposed to care first and foremost about a person's health. Yes. But when you look at that video, they don't ever seem to care about his health. Not from the moment they first encounter him to the moment when they slam him down.
Yeah, that was crazy.
On the stretcher, face down.
That was crazy.
And then when they strap him in, and then they make sure it's extra tight, Attorney O'Neill. I mean, it's barbaric. Yes. I mean, we talk about Martin Luther King and having respect for our fellow human beings because they're human beings. And they treated Earl so inhumanely. So inhumanely. I have never in my life seen where a person is put face down on
That's
the
wild.
stretcher.
This kind of made me...
And we lay people, we're not healthcare professionals. And so these healthcare professionals.
There was I don't know if I remember, a long time ago, I don't even know that I could show it, but there was this wild video of this guy tripping on shrooms. And I think they brought him the gurney inside. Put him on top of the thing and, assisted him. That guy was wild and like he was tripping hard.
They knew better. And you think if you know better, you should do better. Yes. But I guess they said Earl didn't matter. Well, Earl matters. Black lives matter. And we're going to make sure they are never going to be able to forget the name of Earl Moore Jr. Never. 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 So you're going to hear from the family, but first I want to introduce you all to a man who's been fighting with me all across the country on a lot of different matters for the dignity and respect of all people. Yes. We filed our lawsuit this morning. He's going to go into some of the particulars of the lawsuit. Because you all understand, not only do Earl have a right to hold his killers responsible in the court of law, but the Seventh Amendment also gives Earl's mother and sisters the right to have their Seventh Amendment rights guaranteed. that they can bring a wrongful death case. And that's what we intend to do, because we ain't going to let them get away with telling black people you can have one or the other. No. We want equal justice under the law.
Yes.
We're going to make the American promise liberty and justice for all. Well, that means Earl Moore too. And yeah, before I bring Attorney Cox up, because we all turn to a higher court than any man court, we want to ask for prayer from Dr. William Rosser to lead us in a word.
Yeah.
Thank you, Attorney Cronk. Let us pray. Now, matchless God, we thank you for allowing us to assemble together. And even as it's a sad or not so good occasion, we know that you are a God of justice, that you pour down justice and you let it rain on the just and the unjust. So today we ask that you comfort this family. We ask that you give power to those who will step forward on their behalf. And God, we even ask for mercy for his perpetrators. We thank you that we can come to you in times like these. So God, thank you for hearing our prayer on today. Bless our city and unite it, not just around this issue, but any issue that pops up, so that we can be one nation under God. It is in the name of Jesus the Christ that we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Attorney Bob Hilliard hails from Corpus Christi, Texas. We represent families who lost loved ones in the tragedy dealing with Travis Scott concert and Astro.
Oh yeah, he did
the. Also represented many individuals who were victims of banking while black. He is a great lawyer, but he's an even better human being, and I'm proud to call him my brother, Attorney Bob Hilliard.
Good afternoon. I just want to spend a few minutes on part of the lawsuit that was filed today, and what I want to focus on and have us think about is what Earl Moore was going through during the transportation to the hospital. As soon as he was laid prone, face down, and cinched as tight as he could physically be cinched, his fate was sealed. He was not suffering from a life-threatening medical condition. He was suffering from a medical condition. The life-threatening part was during the transportation. And Earl Moore didn't die immediately. He didn't die suddenly. Asphyxiation, and there's many experts who talk about the terror that's involved in the physiological process of asphyxiation. It's as if you're being buried alive. You know, Ben Crump mentioned George Floyd. George Floyd died of asphyxiation. It took 8 minutes with a knee on his neck. This was almost a 3.5-minute ambulance ride to the hospital where Earl, who was conscious but couldn't talk, slowly suffocated.
This, by the way, Derek Chauvin recently asked the judge to throw out the murder convictions. I think he's appealing,
And under the law in Illinois, his conscious pain and suffering, when he couldn't tell them he couldn't breathe. You know, we heard George Floyd say, "I can't breathe." I promise you that Earl Moore was screaming that out inside of his head as he lay cinched to that gurney. And that asphyxiation is part of this lawsuit, is part of the damages, not just for the loss of a son and the loss of a brother, but it's for him, for a man who was a manager at a McDonald's, who was so loved by his customers that they all came and spoke at his funeral, who simply was a good man who had a medical issue when those EMS showed up. And for them to strap him in that tight on an incline gurney, which the evidence of this case will also be the incline of the gurney changes your windpipe. and his fate at that point was sealed by the time he got to the hospital.
Oh, no.
Saving the life of this good man.
Check this crap out. So Diggs had sent me, I think, a screenshot from an article. So one of the EMS workers, Peter Cadigan, show you the picture right there. Put him on the screen. Not gonna believe this bullshit. So was previously investigated for a death when an ambulance he was driving hit and killed a child. The family filed a wrongful death suit. However, a judge ruled Cadigan was not culpable for failing to stop in time. Wow. Wow. I don't know if we can find some more out on that too. Peter Cadigan. So I'll keep playing it and I'll see what else.
And this lawsuit will be about Earl and about Earl's pain and suffering and his mental anguish, and not just about the families whose pain and suffering is unimaginable. I'm going to pass it on to the family members to speak to you, but I wanted everyone to remember that Earl truly did, for those 3 minutes as his life faded away, suffered unimaginably. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you very much, Attorney Hilliard. You know, to underscore this tragedy, this happened a few days before Christmas. And so you can imagine what Christmas was like for Earl Moore's family, for his sisters, for his mother, for this community. You can only imagine. And as we come into this new year, we really have to speak truth to power about what's going on in America. I mean, we're only, 17, 18 days into the new year, and you look at the number of people of color, especially black people, Attorney Cameron, who are being killed. We're working with Keenan Anderson's family out in Los Angeles, who said they trying to George Floyd me. And then while he was handcuffed, President Haley, and shackled, the police tased him 7 times, leading to his death.
Ooh.
And then you think about what's going on in Memphis, Tennessee, with Tyree Nichols, where the community is being braced that when the video comes out, that it's going to be shocking. And you put that against EMT workers now. EMT workers, these were not law enforcement people who can use necessary force. So what were they doing? I mean, have we gotten this just inconsiderate and inhumane in America, where first responders don't extend humanity to black people? I mean, we have to understand the seriousness of Earl Moore Jr.'s case. It is unique and unlike any case that I'm aware of currently in America. And it's going to set a precedent. And that precedent, based on the court actions of Attorney Hilliard and our legal team and the state attorney, is going to send a message far beyond December 18th. Right. It's either going to send a message that says it's okay to treat black people like this, marginalized minorities, or it's going to send a message that the precedent is that we hold you accountable for taking life, whether it's black life, white life, brown life, red life, it doesn't matter. Right. And so, as you hear from his sister, Shatara, and her daughter, this little angel, a star Wright, just know that the tears of black people are just as important as the tears of white people. And we have to continue to remind them that we love our children and our brothers just as much as anybody else loves their children. and their brothers. And I think as they try to tell you a little bit about who Earl Moore is, you will see that black tears are equal to white tears.
Okay, hi, my name is Shatar Moore. I'm Earl Moore's sister. Since my brother was killed, it felt like a piece of me is gone with him. Siblings are usually the people in life that understand each other's best. His joy was my joy, and his pain was also mine. And his pain was also mine.
Take your time.
It's all right, it's all right. His pain ended, but mine hasn't ended since he left. Earl was like anyone else. He had a struggle, but he was working through them for the family, for our family's sake. He deserved help and empathy. Instead, he was met with brutal restraints and deprived of the ability to breathe. I hope that these people are punished to the fullest extent of the law for torturing and killing my brother. Right.
Stand right in the center and talk louder stuff.
My name's Star Wright, and I am Earl Moore's niece. I would like to say this to him right now. Earl Moore is my uncle, and I miss him, and I love him so much.
And now and this is going to be real hard because, you know, she brought Earl into this world, and she never thought that Earl would leave this earth before her. So Miss Rose is going to try to bare her soul to talk about her only son.
I just want y'all to know I love my son, and I miss my son. And I wish I could get him back, but I know I can't. But anyway, losing a child is a pain like no other in existence. We don't even have a word for it. Saying that my heart is broken doesn't begin to explain what this grief feels like. My son was clearly struggling, and he needed help. He needed emergency medical attention. Instead, these workers treated him like he wasn't even human. They tied him down like some kind of animal and killed him. My baby suffocated because of their actions and then their interaction. The workers that killed Earl must be held accountable for his death. Our family will grieve Earl for the rest of our lives. And we hope by standing here today and by pursuing justice, we can help prevent any other family from experiencing this kind of horrible loss. I want y'all to know I really, really miss my son. I really miss him. I love Earl so much. He was taken from me at a young age. 35 is young.
Yes.
And like he said, I should have never had to bury my son. Never.
Never.
They treated my son like he was an animal. He was human.
Yes.
Yeah. I wouldn't wish this on nobody. Nobody. That's enough.
Before we take your questions, we have a question for society. And this is the question that Rose continued to ask from day one. Why do they treat my son like this?
Right.
Why?
Why?
We have to answer that as society. A lot of us suspect we know why. But why is the question. Attorney Hilliard and Attorney O'Neill and us, we're going to grapple with that in the lawsuit and the discovery.
There's a lot of crazy people everywhere. all kinds of crazy people, all kinds of colors. Why is a good question. It's hard to say what's in somebody's mind. You know, these EMTs were pieces of shit. You know, but I don't know their history. I don't know whatever. You know. And I want to check out too. We're gonna keep going because I just wanted to listen to this to hear what the family had to say and the attorneys. And Ben Crump, you know, we've covered plenty of stories where Ben Crump is even the Astroworld. You know, he did do Astro. He did Astroworld, I think. So in 2008, this guy Peter Cadigan was sued for the wrongful death of a child while on duty in 2008. The complaint alleged that back in April 2008, Cadigan was driving an ambulance that hit and killed a 7-year-old Truvante Edwards, who was riding his bike near the intersection of Phillips and 11th Street. The civil lawsuit filed by the child's mother alleges that Cadigan acted negligently. The Sangamon County Circuit Court found that Cadigan did not have time to stop. Damn. I wish there was like more information on that. Like, I don't know what the parents had to say. Was there any kind of video? Did the child, what's the claim? The child just like dart out into the street? It's weird. I thought, I don't know too. Somebody said clapping is weird. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know what that's about either. I guess they're just trying to encourage or motivate, but it does kind of sound a little weird.
I figure we're going to find all manners of things, Bob, here, Sam, Cam, and we're going to find all kind of things that are the assassination of character of black people once they assassinate us. They're going to try to talk about Earl. They're going to say everything, call him everything but a child of God. They're going to try to say, I would imagine, Bob, they're going to try to say crazy stuff like they were in fear of their life. That he was a threat to them. But y'all look at that video for yourselves. You don't need Judge Jennifer Hightower or nobody to interpret it for you. You look at that video for yourself and you judge the actions of Earl Moore and the actions of his killer. And we as a society have to speak to why.
Yes.
Why did this happen?
Why?
And what are we going to do, as Dr. Martin Luther King often spoke of, the beloved community, to make sure that it never happens again. Right. And with that, we will take as many of your questions as we can. Attorney Hill, you want to join me? I figure that most of them are going to be for you know. Yeah.
Can you explain what you're seeking in terms of damages against the defendant here?
Yeah, the full extent of his life. It's immeasurable. What Earl meant to Rose and his sisters, it's immeasurable. And we want a jury to consider their loss, but as Attorney Hilliard said, and he can go into even more detail, it's going to be about the last moments of Earl's life on this earth. Yes. I thought that was an incredibly powerful analogy when you think about George Floyd screaming out saying, "I can't breathe," what Earl would have said had he had voice.
There are different plaintiffs in this lawsuit. There's the estate of Earl Moore, and under the law of Illinois, the estate represents Earl during the time of this conduct. It represents Earl to recover for his mental anguish and his conscious pain and suffering as he asphyxiated and died. There's the mom's claim for the loss of her son and the love that is no longer available to her. And then there's the siblings' claim. So the way that the trial will unfold is the jury will listen to the stories of each family member, listen to the expert and medical testimony of Earl's slow and silent and terrorizing death, and then they'll determine value based on the facts.
Does the complaint seek a specific dollar amount?
It's unspecified.
And could you explain the theory of the legal liability against the ambulance company?
Yes. So the ambulance company has been sued as well. Life Care, failure to train, failure to monitor, failure to evaluate and terminate if you have employees that are below the standard of care. One thing that we have learned since the press has gotten a hold of this story is this story is already in the paramedic periodicals around the country. One of our experts in California has read about it, and so what this lawsuit is also doing is it's making those companies evaluate and in the right circumstances change their conduct, because too often you have a woman or a man who should not be in this job. And if you haven't seen the video, if you haven't seen that paramedic in the room where she looks at Earl, who's in medical distress and needs attention, and what does she do? She calls him a piece of... That's the label.
Damn, I didn't even hear that myself. She said that? Damn. Wow. So it's going to be a big case. I read in an article that it was 50,000. Let me just confirm. I mean, here in this thing, they said they're not going to say the amount, but I read an article 50,000, which I was kind of surprised. That's kind of low. I don't know if that was accurate. Let's see if I can find out.
That she decides this man she doesn't know deserves before she even, as a professional, understands the extent of his medical problems. You know, in race, in my view, is the thread of this whole thing. When you see her and listen to how she says that, and the scorn in her face and the scorn in her eyes, you know, we've all seen it before. We all know it without it being defined for us.
Let me say this before we get to your question. In the statement that Tara read, that was on behalf of...
I'm sure they're going to do that. So John Curtis said, I'd like to read the toxicology report. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to come out as well. It's going to have to, I guess.
All the sisters and the entire family of Earl Moore want to thank State Attorney Dan Wright for bringing charges for what we all know was a crime. And that's important because it's about full justice. And so we don't ever want to fail to acknowledge people who step up and do the right thing. And so thank you to the prosecutors in this county. Yes, sir.
Mr. Clark, you talked to the uniqueness of this case. It was unlike any case in America. Can you fill in the blanks there? Why?
You know, as Attorney Hilliard was just saying, and I know Attorney O'Neill and I kept talking about it, that these are healthcare responders. And you would think if anybody is going to be focused on their first objective, being to try to make sure that his health is stable, you would think that would be healthcare professionals. And you have a flurry of different...
It's like somebody said earlier. I mean, however you feel about Ben Crump or the race stuff, whatever, the paramedics or the EMTs, because actually so what I looked, there's a difference, and I'm sure I saw there were some people in the chat that said they were paramedics. There's a difference. And so a paramedic is actually the next step up, I believe, from EMT. Let's see here. Paramedics are more highly trained EMTs capable of more advanced medical procedures, such as providing oral and intravenous medication, monitoring EKGs, performing tracheotomies. Oh, wow, I don't even know how to say it. I don't even know. Tracheotomies, something like that. Paramedics provide care to patients as they enter hospitals and emergency rooms for ambulances. Oh yeah, they're at the entrance. And it's the highest. Becoming a paramedic is the highest level of pre-hospital care. It requires much more advanced training than becoming an EMT. Yeah, whatever angle you want to look at it, for sure, it's clearly wrong. And somebody had said earlier that this lady didn't even check for vitals because you could hear him like, you know, like panting and like breathing hard the entire time. And I mean, she really walked in there and treated this guy like nothing, like crap, like shit. This is in Illinois. And yeah, maybe had she had checked his vitals, maybe she would have seen, like even the cop had mentioned at one point, like his heart rate's probably elevated. Maybe she would have seen something and maybe could have been like, okay, this is serious. We need to do more. But a lot of times too, you hear stories like some medical professionals that they treat people that have some sort of addiction or dealing with like withdrawal. They just don't get treated the same as regular patients. It's like they're looked down upon, almost like homeless people, you know?
Issues. We understand that this was a private healthcare company. And so you want to make sure that healthcare providers are going to make it paramount, regardless of if the person is black or white or what have you, that they want to extend humanity. And that's what this is about. What makes it so unique is that we've heard a lot about police officers not extending professionalism and consideration and humanity to black and brown people. You know, this is the first time I've seen captured on video where you see first responders on the scene not caring about the health of marginalized people of color, namely this black man named Earl Moore.
And when you say first responders, you're talking about EMS?
Yes, EMS.
And I'll just add to that quickly. You know, civil lawsuits sometimes can promote change, but to a company like Lifestar, it's just about money. It's just about their insurance. It may not do what needs to be done in regards to change and justice. But when the criminal charges were filed, when it's the life and liberty of the perpetrators and not just their employer's insurance company, I think that's what makes this unique and so important. When individuals realize when they come into a house as a paramedic that their conduct is going to be evaluated and they're to do no harm, and if they cause a death when Earl was going to be alive during that trip, then I really believe that's the uniqueness of this litigation in a lot of ways is the criminal charges and the civil case will go hand in hand because it's very similar conduct.
Would you?
Yes.
Should EMS workers be required to have body cameras in Illinois? Police are required. Does this mean that we should now start pushing, the public should now pushing for that?
As well as cameras inside the ambulance because the female paramedic was the one that was in the back with Earl. And unless her conduct changed 180 degrees during that ride, you know, as he died, you know, she did not perform any life.
Now that he brings that up, I just, imagine what that ride to the hospital was like. You know? Or maybe they didn't even say anything to him. Maybe they just had him strapped down back there.
Saving medical event on him. She sat there, and I promise you, if she's consistent with who she was during that time in the house on video, Earl's last few minutes while he was conscious, what he was hearing from her was not going to be something that you would want to wish on anybody.
And I don't understand why both EMTs didn't go inside. I mean, maybe one was getting the stretcher or whatever, but she called him lazy when in fact she's the lazy one. She didn't do her job. She was just you know. And they could have brought that gurney inside. I think what they're gonna, I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I think it would be a good idea for them to kind of look into her history too, find out what kind of person she is. Has she had any other issues? Kind of like this other guy that had they tried to sue him for hitting a child when he was driving his I guess the ambulance. I mean, it's pretty wild.
To be clear, if her conduct was anything like what we saw inside the apartment, then Earl's last moments on this earth was the living hell. Wow. I mean, that's why video is so important. Thank God we have video. Yes, ma'am.
So this one was captured on video, like you're saying. Is there fears that this is happening to other people within not only Springfield, but other communities around the country?
Think about this. If there were no video, what would you have? You would have Earl dead. You would have two paramedics who said, you know, he was threatening us. We had to strap him down. We had to restrain him. And it would be their word against nobody's, because the only other eyewitness died. So to your point, it's hugely critical that there's video, but it's probably a large percentage of incidents where victims do not even get a chance at justice.
In light of your experience, what are your assessments of how the police conducted themselves in this incident?
You know, I thought that the police recognizing that he needed to get medical attention was important. They offered him a degree of professionalism and consideration, and that was critical at that moment. The people who failed him was the EMT workers who...
I'm surprised Ben Crump didn't go for the cops. Because, you know, Ben Crump. This was, so this is the police statement. I just want to show you this, guys, too. I was able to pull it up while we were watching. And so, Chief of Police, Springfield, Illinois, today, State Attorneys Dan Wright announced first-degree murder charges against the two paramedics from an incident where the Springfield Police Department was the initial responding agency. On December 18, 2022, at approximately 2:02 a.m., 3 Springfield police officers responded to a residence in the 1100 block of North 11th Street for a subject who reported several people inside with firearms. Ooh, see, that part in here. When the officers arrived, they met with the resident who indicated the caller was suffering from hallucinations due to alcohol withdrawal. The officers located the subject in the rear room or bedroom and quickly realized that the patient was in need of medical assistance. They requested an ambulance through the dispatch. While the officers waited for medical personnel, they attempted to gain information from the patient. At approximately 2:18 a.m., the ambulance personnel arrived and were escorted into the residence. A female paramedic made contact with the patient and instructed him to walk to the ambulance. It is clear, based on the officers' body-worn camera footage, that the patient was not able to walk and the medical personnel were not offering any assistance. The 3 officers took turns helping the patient through the residence and onto the stretcher outside. The body-worn camera footage shows the medical personnel placed the patient on the stretcher in a prone position and secured him to the stretcher prior to transport. The Springfield Police Department was later notified the patient had passed after arriving at the hospital. Chief Ken Scarlett requested an independent investigation be conducted by the ISP. The Springfield Police Department has cooperated fully with the ISP investigation, providing reports, body-worn camera footage, and other requested information. The SPO, the Springfield police officers who responded to the incident, recognized the patient's need and requested medical assistance for the patient. When those personnel acted indifferently to the patient's condition, the officers took steps to assist the patient to get him care he needed, even waiting on the scene to ensure the medical personnel loaded the patient into the ambulance. The officers, who are not emergency medical professionals, are not trained nor equipped to provide necessary medical treatment or transport patients in this type of situation. The officers turned over care of the patient to the licensed medical professionals at the scene in accordance to Springfield Police Department policy. The men and women of Springfield Police Department joined Springfield community in grieving the unnecessary loss of life and pledge to work with the medical care providers in the area to ensure the citizens of Springfield receive the utmost care and consideration in their time of need. So they don't have like medical training. I do wonder, they do carry Narcan though, right? Because they don't really need much. That's just like the basic, right? If somebody's overdosing, do cops carry Narcan? Well, that's true, Hoax. Okay, I give you that. I give you that. So Hoax said, by dropping him 5 times on the way out. So, yeah. I mean, I feel like they could have put a little more effort, or, you know, they kind of just, I feel like everybody was kind of nonchalant. Of course, the EMTs were the worst. But I feel like it seemed like to me they weren't taking it serious. Maybe they, I don't know. Maybe they're just like, oh, he'll be fine. He'll be all right. And they let this. So this woman too, I could tell she's crazy as F. I mean, obviously she's crazy, but the way she was treating this guy, crazy bitch. You could tell, man. Imagine living with this one, or that being your mother. Oof. It's like, shut up, get over here. Like, damn. And then you got to wonder, like, how does she handle? Is that how she handles all the patients that she deals with? They should pull up her history. These people, I wonder if maybe they should get body cams on the EMTs. I don't know if that's too much, but maybe we need to start monitoring these people. Because I watched this whole thing of, you guys ever heard of the term angels of death? Angels of death. It's a term that I think it's like medical professionals, nurses. There's been multiple of them that start like killing their patients and stuff. And there was this, I mean, you can't put a body cam on nurses, but I don't know. In certain situations with these paramedics and they're responding to scenes, I don't know if that's too much or that's too much oversight to put a camera on them. Tell she's crazy, man. Miserable too. Miserable when she walked in there.
For whatever reason, did not want to extend him the basic humanity. Forget them being EMT officials, but just basic humanity. This is what this is about. A human being who is incapacitated. He needed a helping hand. He didn't need to be thrown down, face down, treated like an animal, as Rose said. You imagine if this was your loved one who was incapacitated for any reason, needed a helping hand.
The police were not aggressive. They were not on high alert. It was clear to them immediately.
Yeah, when I said if they carry Narcan, I wasn't talking about that they were going to treat this guy with Narcan. I'm just saying in general, they carry Narcan for that, right? For just, not for alcohol, but just opioids.
That this was just a human being that needed help. They were talking to him in kind tones. They brought him a glass of water.
They said, we're going to help you, man.
Yeah, the family recognizes and applauds the police's conduct, and we believe that the policy is when medical personnel show up, the police stand down. And it is now their scene unless there's a need for law enforcement, which it's clear when you watch that no law enforcement officer thought that this was...
Does anybody know, does cops have Narcan? Because I know you can buy it over the counter, I've heard. Because it's just like so many people are ODing, and I would think that maybe they can carry it, just that basic thing, right? Yeah, in case.
A law enforcement issue. This was simply a medical event that was going to be tended to.
And that's a great question, because I do want to acknowledge when police do good things in the community, which they often do, that we acknowledge them for that as well.
I'm so surprised. I'm shocked, Ben Crump. Wow.
So the family does apply their efforts to help Earl.
So the police shouldn't have intervened when he was put face down on the gurney?
They stand down.
So, so again, the medical training of the police versus the medical training of the paramedics, I think that when the police officers are deposed, they will probably acknowledge it seemed unusual to them, but then they would also acknowledge, you know, this is not my scene when it's medical personnel, and had no sense of the physiological effect when you strap someone face down.
In this community will speak to their leadership about this whole tragedy. They will speak to the local police about their feelings on it. They will speak to the mayor and their feelings on this matter, but most importantly, they will speak as a society that this is simply unacceptable. There is no way to justify this unjustifiable death, and you know they're going to try to justify it. They're going to try to talk about Earl again. I know it's coming. They're going to keep trying to say, oh, Earl was threatening them. Y'all didn't hear what Earl said. They're going to make up all kind of stuff to try to justify the unjustified killing of yet again another unarmed black man. But the society will have to listen to this community say, we're better than this, and we're going to make sure that this sets a precedent, that you can't do anybody in Springfield, Illinois like this again.
Charlie, did you have a question?
All right, we'll take a few more.
Yes, as a civic organization, specifically in the community, what are some of the actionable steps that we can take to best support the Moore family?
Now, that's great, and thank you for that question. I think one of the biggest things you can do is this company had a contract with the county. Go have them bring this company to the community to answer for this, because there's power of the people, and you all represent the people. They only get that contract from the elected officials who are accountable to you. So with President Haley's help, I think the NAACP and everybody should be down at the next county commission meeting, asking them to make this company come and answer these questions why they treated Earl Moore the way they did to take him from this earth. Two more, and then we're going to let the family go. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate you acknowledging Mr. Wright and the courage that he showed. Could I ask you to comment on the coroner, Jim Allman, and the autopsy and how important that is in a case like this?
It's critical because the autopsy was, its conclusions were both brave and objective. He said, Earl.
There's 500 people telling me, and I appreciate it. They're telling me Narcan doesn't work for alcohol. I know. I was just asking because of the the press release that stated that the cops don't have any medical, what is it? They're not medical professionals. I was just wondering if they carried the basic Narcan. Not saying that they could have used that for this guy, but like in a situation when an emergency is going on with drugs, like a narcotic and opioid, would they deploy the Narcan? Which, that's it.
Died as a result.
I get in text messages, people, hundreds of, well, I guess it's good. It's good engagement.
Of asphyxiation from being placed in a prone position on the gurney and being strapped down tightly. When you have a medical pathologist who gives you that opinion initially, it changes everything, because had there not been a video, had there not been someone as forthright and honest and brave as that gentleman, there'd be no way that this family could ever understand what happened to Earl that night. It'd be an unanswered question forever.
And it bolsters the video. It is consistent with what we see in the video, and that's important because obviously dealing with medical examiners across the country, when black people get killed, they just hold on to the autopsy. They won't come out and say anything, and so it is to be applauded. But I want to believe it's to be expected. It should be expected that everybody is going to be truthful and transparent. And it's kind of shows you where we're at in society, and we keep making progress. I'm thinking back about Dr. King and the things he tried to do to make America a better country.
Oh.
But it should not.
I don't know why I just heard in my head he was going to say great again. I was saying, oh shit.
Be applauded when somebody does their job. But black people are so used to people not doing their job when it comes to us getting liberty and justice that we get excited when it happens. And so we're thankful for him for doing his job. Last question. Wait,
I call him. I also call Miss Haley too.
Yes, so, last thing we would do, a star wanted. You have something else to do before I end it? Okay.
What we need you all to do is to write your legislators, the NAACP, local, state, and nationally. We're going to make sure laws are changed so no one is treated the way Earl Moore was treated. And we need your help. If you know and have family members in other communities, and the young man that asked the question, he has a similar situation, please contact your local NAACP so we can reach out to people like Mr. Ben Crump. and make a difference for you.
And thank God for the leadership of our state president, Teresa Hayes. Thank God. Now, the final word is going to come, you know, the Bible said, from the mouth of babes. You want to just talk about your medallion and what your uncle meant to you?
This is what my uncle meant to me. My uncle meant the world to me. And I wish he was still down here with us, because all of this wouldn't even happen if it wasn't for the people that put my uncle in heaven.
Amen. Thank you all. We'll continue to keep you updated.
Okay.
You can let the family out first and you can remain seated.
So yeah, pretty messed up story situation. I don't see that they're gonna really have a hard time with the lawsuit, but we'll follow and see for sure. Let me get the super chats. Just wanted to check out the story, see what happened. May Glove, thank you for becoming a member. SW4x4. Thanks for the super chat. Says, what am I seeing? They deserve jail time. There are all sorts of ways to move him safely. Oh, I got that already. This is a dereliction of duty. Retired paramedic here. Thanks. I got Magical Chaos. Southern Girl. Mary Pete, thank you for the information. She says in the super chat, the lack of liver function causes toxins to build in the brain. Look it up. Hepatic encephalopathy. I don't know how to say that. Let's try. Let me just type it over here. We're gonna learn together. We're gonna learn encephalopathy. That's not I think you say it. Yeah, there's even a harder one too after that. Oh, let's do encephalopathy, I'm thinking.
Encephalopathy.
Damn. Encephalopathy. Oh. Encephalopathy. All right.
Encephalopathy.
And then there's another one. Hold on. Wernicke's. See.
Wernicke's encephalopathy.
All right. Well, thank you. SW4x4, thanks for the super chat. Says 20 years, none of my patients were treated this way. Yeah, that guy, it seemed like they had hatred, especially the guy like threw him in there as well, like threw his pushed his face down. Lulu, thank you for the super chat. Says IMO, they treated Earl like this because of his addiction problem. I'm glad they're facing criminal charges. Their treatment was barbaric. I believe this was addiction more than race. Yeah, I don't get too caught up in the race stuff, but CW Weiss Life, thank you for the membership. Says 988, call or text for mental health help. Oh yeah, that's isn't that the new number that they made? Is that new? Or that's been around? I thought that was like a new thing. 988 hotline. Oh, that's the unaliving hotline. I thought they made something new recently, some sort of new hotline that came around. Is that what it is? Okay, SW4x4, EMT/paramedics must complete a form with all patients, info, and care provided. This says no one was following care. A medical doctor has a license over EMS. Is license over EMS. Okay. And SW4x4, Narcan will not work for withdrawals, only opioid OD. Cops in Arizona, California, Oregon, and Washington carry Narcan. I think they're all trained to administer it. Okay. So not all states carry it? Not all cops in every state carry it? Because I would think that's like maybe one of the fundamentals just to carry around with them in case, you know. Lex Lux, thank you for the 3-month membership. Appreciate it. We love you, Mel. And mods, hit the like button. Yeah, please, if you guys could hit the like, I'd appreciate that. Where are we at with the likes? Yeah, if we can get 1,000 likes, that'd be nice. Remote Rat, love your true craft. I got more info here than in the news. Thanks for being genuine. from a remote rat. Oh, Broward. Hey. Hey, thank you, man. YouTube in the works. Okay, starting up a YouTube channel. Gypsy. They could have given him Xanax and saved his life. Well, definitely not the cops, but I don't know if the paramedics would do something like that on the spot. They should have at least, I would think, taken their vitals, you know. Coffee addict. Yeah, I know, Debbie. We got to talk for sure. I guess that's it. Thank you guys so much for coming through. Rest in peace to Earl. Another weird, horrible story. I don't know what's in the future. We'll see what comes up because and don't F with cats. You gotta check that out. Maybe this weekend or tonight. No, I don't know because I think we need at least 3 hours time. Because I'm thinking we're gonna go through the whole thing in one sitting on Discord. And also, I saw somebody told me they're coming to Florida. They wanted to take a picture. Just email me. Email me at iCkEdMeL@gmail.com. If you're coming to South Florida, it'd be a lot easier. But yeah, I don't mind. You know, I've never taken a picture of anybody. That's like, I've run into people randomly on the street. Probably like, I don't know, maybe like 6, 7 times, something like that. Nobody's ever asked for a picture. Well, I'll do that. I'm down. I am down. Oh, there you go. Okay. That's awesome. Okay, I got your email. I'm gonna reply after the stream. And I'm going to CrimeCon, by the way, too, guys. So like, if anybody's, I'm gonna be staying at the hotel over there. CrimeCon. The only thing, one day I might do a meetup because the thing with CrimeCon, it is pretty expensive. Maybe one day I'll do some sort of meetup and it'll be a lot cheaper and like a lot of people could probably come out. But the CrimeCon thing is, I don't even know when that shit's at. I think it's September. I don't even know when it's at. It's in Orlando. CrimeCon 2023. I bought the tickets already and the flight. Let's see. I think it's September. Yeah, September 22nd through the 24th. So I'm actually flying out there because I don't like driving. But I'm going Friday morning, 22nd. Friday morning I'll be there. Gonna meet up with a friend. I'm gonna stay at the hotel that's right there. So like, apparently a lot of the people that are going are gonna be there at the hotel. And I think you get like a discount or something there's something that if you're buying tickets, you get like a cheaper rate or something. Reservation. So, and this looks kind of cool. So like, I think the CrimeCon thing, I think it's like a daytime thing. And then you got like the evening to do whatever. There is one night that they're doing like a dinner thing. So I'm going to go to that too. But I'll probably be hanging around here, the hotel, the pool, drinking. So if anybody's going and you want to meet, I think it should be fun. But yeah, we got a long way to go. September. Yeah, we need a car chase, man. The car chases are they're not happening. I don't know what's going on. Meredith and Mel, you need to go to LegsCon. You have me terrified of Florida. CrimeCon is where they have all this stuff over there. I don't know. Crime people go over there. They have like it's like an event, I guess. It's an immersive weekend-long event dedicated to all things true crime and mystery. I guess you get to meet like the big people in true crime, and like they're gonna have, I guess, stages or something. There should be a thing that explains it. I guess there's gonna be like speakers. They're gonna have events. You get to meet a bunch of people. Well, that's kind of cool. I'm just going to have some fun and maybe meet some people. I've always heard of CrimeCon. Oh, I guess Oxygen. Oh, that's Stephanie. That looks like Stephanie. I've talked to her before. She's really nice. She's Florida too. Wonder if she's going. She does oxygen actually. She has like she's on I think on a TV show. So yeah, God willing, I'll be there. Just having some fun. Man, yeah, I don't know if Nancy's gonna be there. That would be interesting. She's been there before, I think. Also, this lady, I think her name is Trish from Web Sleuths. She has the website. I went on her channel one time. A really nice lady, super sweet. She told me that she actually, I think, spoke at the first crime con. She told me she's going too. She was really nice. Nah. Nancy Mel hooking up, nah. How do you get notifications for live chases? Well, I only get 3 in a day. And so the best thing you can do, so my recommendations is download Discord. So there's 2 things on Discord. There's my regular server, and then there's the notification server. Both, you get notifications on both servers, but some people, they don't want to have to talk with people. They just want to be private. They only want it for notifications. They don't want the complications of going through hoops, because I have to secure that server because there's a lot of crazy, weird people online. There's bots. We've even had bots coming in like advertising. So I have to put some sort of like security measure on there. But if you just want the simple place where there's no conversation or anything, I think it's notifications. Notifications. Next Saturday, not this one. Oh, we could do that. Let's play your playlist. We can do that on Twitch. I can do playlists on Twitch. I can order something tonight, a little champagne or something. I've been kind of doing a little detox, but I don't mind drinking either. I've been doing a little just cleaning out the body, trying to get the energy back. Yo, no, I was gonna say something. I'm a paralegal and I also work in recovery. Yeah, so next Saturday we're doing a giveaway stream. We're gonna have like a fun stream. I didn't even do mornings with Mel this morning, or on my swag, and I was supposed to do mornings with Mel. I didn't do that. I slept in after I took the baby to school. Let's see. So the swag it thing. So the swag it, just make sure download the app. After this stream ends, I'm going to take you to that next Saturday stream and just hit a reminder. I don't know how to roll a blunt. I do have the little vape thing, but I'm horrible. I've tried. One time I did a decent one. A friend got on FaceTime with me on Instagram, and she did it with me, and it actually did a pretty good job one time. But all the other times, it was horrible. So, oh, let me ask you something real quick. Have you guys been following, I don't know, this whole drama with conservative media, I guess? So like Steven Crowder, Ben Shapiro, Daily Mail, CEO of Daily Mail, Candace Owens. It's really interesting. I've been kind of since like yesterday and today, I've been kind of watching that. Supposedly some contract deal that he got upset about, Steven Crowder. And I think they offered him like $50 million or something, wasn't it? For like 4 years. And he didn't want to accept it. And so I I don't know if he countered or not. I think he countered, but they didn't accept it. And so he went on and posted the contract. Well, he only posted little snippets of the contract, and then Daily Wire went and like posted the whole contract. I saw that and I was like, that's pretty bad business. I think personally the guy, I like that guy, Steven Crowder. Like, I've seen some of his stuff. I like some of his things, some of it. That was just such a bad move. And then I think he planned it. He recorded his friend's phone call. Like they've been friends for like a decade. This guy just records his phone call and then tries to flip it and tries to get this guy like canceled. I don't know. It's a mess. Candace was snapping. Well, you are, Lorinda? What do you think of the whole mess? The mess. It's entertaining for sure. The mess. But those contracts, you're supposed to go back and forth, though. You're supposed to. It's not like you get attorneys. I remember one time I had a contract, and I got an attorney, and the contract was jacked up. It really was jacked up. I'm glad that didn't work out. But you're supposed to go back and forth with those things. And the terms, like, I understand the whole thing too, of like, if you get a strike or your channel's removed, you make less money because they're going to make less money. Are we watching the doc tonight or I don't know. I feel like the documentary is a 3-hour commitment. 3-hour commitment. Please do not do the F. Please do not do the don't F. Why not? So that can I say? Can I admit something to you guys? I watched one episode last night, but I'll watch it over with you guys. I watched one episode of Don't F for Cats. I did it. I'm sorry. And I'll say that it was really freaking good. So good. That is such a good documentary on Netflix. It's 3 episodes. I was impressed. And I honestly was impressed with the sleuths. I was like, yo, the sleuths. They did such incredible work. I couldn't believe the little things in the background that they were using to try to locate a person. It's insane. Insane. But I'll start it over again. I'm just 1 episode in. I know. I gave you guys a little hint earlier today when I posted a GIF. I won't say what because I don't want to spoil it. Well, the autopsy report. Something is like 100 pages. 9 pages. All right, I think I can do this for another video. Yeah, not only is it 9 pages, but it's very detailed. And I have to look over it too to see that it's not too much. Let's see. Compressional. They do say summary diagnosis. Compressional positional asphyxia with prone face down restraint by tightened straps across the back and lower body on a paramedic cot. Superficial abrasions, non-displaced hemorrhagic fractures. Non-displaced hemorrhagic fractures of the left lateral 3rd and 4th ribs with mild overlying chest wall soft tissue hemorrhage. Clinical history of chronic alcoholism with presence of alcohol in the blood. Microscopic fatty infiltration and chronic passive congestion. Mild enlargement of the heart. Mild coronary artery. Okay. Damn, they even talk about atrophy. Atrophy of the right incidental finding. Okay. Presence of alcohol nicotine metabolite, and cannabinoids, the blood. Okay, so there's alcohol, nicotine, and marijuana. Let's say the cause of death. Maybe I'll just show this to you guys. So Mo sent this to me. Thank you. And then we'll head out. After postpartum examination with ancillary studies, my opinion is that the cause of death of this 35-year-old male, Earl, is compressional and positional asphyxia due to prone face-down restraint. That's crazy. Damn, dude. On a paramedic transportation cot/stretcher by tightened straps in the setting of lethargy and underlying chronic alcoholism. Give it a second, it's converting. So the toxicology is not out yet. Either it's not out or it's not in this document. Okay. All right. So I don't know. It's up to you guys. I mean, we could do the don't F with cats. Mel's allowed to Gina. Could do it tonight or could do it tomorrow. But it's going to be a 3-hour commitment. Oh, Lorette says, like Sarah Boone's boyfriend, positional asphyxia. All right, so I'm gonna head out for now, and tomorrow, yeah, I think tomorrow. Oh damn! Oh my god! Kayla says tomorrow. Tonight, no, tonight. Come on, no, tonight. No, come on, man. I know if I do a poll. And the problem is going to be if I do a poll, there's not going to be enough space on Discord because it's going to be full, and I can't stream that on Twitch. I don't think. Brittany says I'm sleepy. I think it's tonight. We should just chill for tonight. I haven't seen Gone Girl. No, I know they're going to vote tonight for sure. I'm afraid to do it. I think let's do tomorrow because you know what tomorrow. Oh, damn, do I want to do tomorrow though? Because this weekend I might actually not have the baby. Do I really want to stay at home watching this though? Because it's a Netflix documentary. I don't know that I can stream that on. I have to research that. I don't know that I could stream that on Netflix. No way. Yeah, Netflix on YouTube? Oh, hell no. They're going to copy strike that. Copyright strike. Stay with us. Well, let me get off of here. I don't know. If I come back tonight, it's going to be like on Twitch or if we have a chase. But I don't want to like prolong the YouTube stream too long. No, pay girl. All right, I'm gonna be out of here. Could join us on Discord though, guys. Join us on Discord, all right? Love you. Take care. Bye. Peace.